Welcome back to the Independent Republican Mike Graham right here on TalkTV. Rebecca says this: recently I drove into Guildford for dinner around about 8 p.m. I tried to park, but the machines were either cash and I rarely have change, or an app. It meant I had to download the app there and then. Nope, I decided against it. That's not quite what she said, but thank you. Gave up, drove home and ordered Deliveroo. Bad luck, Guildford. Well, that's the trouble, isn't it? People just won't use it. Drove home to use an app instead of simply downloading other free apps, says Tony. Well, yeah, but the point is that it's all very well. Sometimes people are in a hurry. Sometimes you don't want to have to sit in a car for 5 minutes doing something because everybody's time is of the essence. The point about all of this is that you shouldn't be forced into having to do something. If you want to pay by card, if you want to pay by cash, if you want to pay by app, you should have the choice of all three, shouldn't you? Absolutely right. 0344 499 1000. Let's go live now to Manchester. Holly Hudson is TalkTV's reporter. She's up there ahead of the sentencing of Thomas Cashman for the murder of Olivia Pratt-Korbel. He was found guilty last week. Holly, we're expecting it around 2 o'clock, are we?
Yes, that's correct, Mike. We've seen extraordinarily tight security here in the last few hours. Firearms officers with weapons as Thomas Cashman's prison van arrived. His links, of course, with organised crime in the region. The police are on high alert, taking extra safety precautions. And reports this morning, sources telling The Sun, that a £250,000 bounty has already been put on his head by gangsters who fear that he will grasp them up. He may cooperate with police and provide information on unsolved murders in order to lighten his sentence. As you say, he is due to be sentenced here at Manchester Crown Court this afternoon. He will receive life after a jury found him unanimously found him guilty of the murder of 9-year-old Olivia Pratt-Korbel, as well as a number of other offences. But the judge will decide the minimum term, how many decades likely he will face behind bars before he walks free, if at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a harrowing case. A lot of people writing over the weekend about his ex-girlfriend, who's now in protective custody, who gave evidence against him. So there's an awful lot of ramifications emerging from this case.
There certainly is, and Thomas Cashman's trial may well have fallen the way that many other crimes, Merseyside gang crimes like this, do, were it not for, as you say, the star witness, his former lover, who took to the stand behind a screen and gave crucial, compelling evidence that blew apart Thomas Cashman's alibi. She revealed that he sought refuge in her home that night, and as you say, she's believed to now be in witness protection and being taken out of Liverpool. She said that she's ruined her life for this, but there's no such thing as a grass when a 9-year-old is involved, and this is a crime that has really caused revulsion and a huge reaction in Liverpool, led to an outpouring of grief and outrage, shocked the community, and has really been felt and followed by the rest of the country, because Olivia was exactly where she should have been that night. She was at home in bed when the commotion started, when her mum Cheryl heard gunshots fired outside her home in Dovecot that night by Thomas Cashman, who the prosecution said was in ruthless pursuit of Joseph Nee, a convicted burglar. A bungled hit that led to Olivia being fatally wounded, shot in the chest and dying in her mother's arms. She cried tears of relief in court here on Friday when the verdict was read out, and we're expecting to hear once again from her this afternoon as well.
Thank you very much indeed. Holly Hudson there reporting to us from Manchester ahead of the sentencing of Thomas Cashman, which should happen around about 2 o'clock. Ian Collins will bring you that, of course. He takes over from me at 1. But a terrible, terrible story, and an incredible story now as well, because as you heard from Holly, there's maximum security around that courthouse because, of course, Thomas Cashman is now believed to have a £250,000 bounty on his head put there by his fellow drug criminals, who now say they're worried he might give them all up because he's going to jail. We shall see.